and welcome to Bossier Parish Community College Newsbreak. Good morning and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm Michael Breaux.
And I'm Laura Wagner.
And these are our top headlines at this hour for December 15th, 1995. Budget negotiators are again racing against the clock to avert another partial shutdown of the federal government. The deadline is set for midnight Eastern Standard Daylight Time. Last month, 800,000 workers were furloughed for 4 days when the budget deadline passed without an agreement. This time, a shutdown would involve less than half that number because some appropriations bills have been signed since the November shutdown. One option being considered is to pass yet another stopgap spending bill to keep things running at full strength until a deal is struck.
The White House is facing a 9 a.m. deadline for releasing some whitewater notes. The Senate Whitewater Committee says if the notes aren't produced by then, it will ask the full Senate to go to court to enforce a subpoena for the notes. White House officials offered to produce notes from the 1993 meeting between administration lawyers and the president's personal lawyers, but Republicans on the Senate Whitewater panel rejected the conditions attached to the White House offer.
Bosnian Serb President Radovan Karadzic has ended a state of war everywhere in Bosnia except Sarajevo. The Bosnian Serb news agency said today that the war status of the capital's Serb-controlled districts would be decided later. Serb areas around Sarajevo are due to be returned to Muslim-led government control under the peace agreement signed yesterday in France. Some 40,000 Serbs who live there fear for their lives following the deaths of around 10,500 Sarajevo residents, most of them Muslims, during the long Serb siege of the city.
U.S. troops in Italy are ready to head to Bosnia, but the weather is not cooperating. U.S. officials say their departure has been delayed by heavy snowfalls and fog. A spokesman for the 325th Airborne Combat Team in Aviano, Italy, says they hope to leave sometime within the next 48 hours. About 1,000 troops from Aviano were scheduled to go to Tuzla as part of a multinational force to implement the peace accord signed yesterday in Paris.
A 38-year-old AIDS patient is reported doing well after a historic transplant in San Francisco yesterday. Jeff Getty is the first person to receive bone marrow from a baboon in an experimental infusion doctors hope will help him fight AIDS. Baboons are resistant to the virus that causes AIDS. If the baboon cells join with Getty's bone marrow cells, as researchers hope, they believe it could strengthen his immune system. However, his doctors caution that this is not a cure and that Getty will still be HIV positive. They also say that it will be several weeks before they know whether the controversial transplant was safe.
O.J. Simpson's ex-girlfriend, Paula Barbieri, says she broke up with the former football star only hours before his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Ronald Goldman were murdered last year. That's according to an attorney who sat in with Barbieri when she gave her first deposition in the wrongful death lawsuit filed by families of both victims. Simpson made a surprise appearance at the deposition but said nothing to reporters. Fred Goldman, Ronald Goldman's father, told reporters, "We are very happy with the way things are going."
Rebels in the Russian province of Chechnya are carrying out a threat to disrupt voting in the separatist region. Rebels seized one small town today on the second day of voting. Yesterday, rebel fighters infiltrated Chechnya's second biggest city, and Russian troops are expected to try and oust them out today. The flare-up in violence has overshadowed the first 2 days of national and local elections in the separatist region. Moscow has billed the voting as the only alternative to renewed bloodshed in Chechnya, but some rebels have vowed to disrupt the process.
More than 1,000 objects from the estate of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis will be auctioned in April. The items include a 40.42-carat marquise diamond ring given to her by her second husband, Greek shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis. Sotheby's, which is handling the auction, expects the ring to sell for between $400,000 and $600,000. There is also an 18th century mahogany desk in which President John F. Kennedy signed the 1963 Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. It has estimated value of between $20,000 and $30,000. And after these messages, we'll be right back with Today in History.
Days for sailing. Ready, gang? When your daddy and you go to sail for the day, Make sure the power lines are far away. When your daddy and you make the house look fine, don't raise ladders or antennas near power lines. Hey, this lightning bug doesn't raise his antenna near power lines. No way! You gotta stay away from power lines. You gotta stay away from power lines.
What really caused the dinosaurs to become extinct? Was it massive worldwide volcanic eruptions? An asteroid crashing to Earth? A sudden change in climate? Or was it that they just weren't financially prepared for their later years? Make U.S. savings bonds part of your retirement savings program. Ask your banker or employer, U.S. Savings Bonds, the safe and easy way to make sure you're financially prepared for your later years.
Now let's take a look at today in history. Today is Friday, December 15th, the 349th day of 1995. There are 16 days left in the year. In 1791, the Bill of Rights went into effect following ratification by Virginia. In 1939, the motion picture Gone with the Wind, starring Vivian Leigh and Clark Gable, had its world premiere in Atlanta. In 1965, two U.S. manned spacecrafts, Gemini 6 and Gemini 7, maneuvered within 10 feet of each other while in orbit. In 1978, President Carter announced that he would grant diplomatic recognition to Communist China on New Year's Day and sever official relations with Taiwan. Looking at today's birthdays, actor-comedian Tim Conway is 62, actor Don Johnson is 46.
And now it's time to take a look at about a little bit of local calendar news. Dylan Thomas's classic, A Child's Christmas in Wales, will be on the local stage this weekend. The company Repertory Theatre is offering the work, which is geared for the entire family. The show consists of reminiscences of the author's growing up on the island in the island country. Donald Webb, a scholar in residence at First United Methodist Church of Shreveport, will share his memories of growing up in Wales, his native country. Webb is the former president of Centenary College. The event will take place at 7:30 p.m. today and tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. It'll be at the Performing Arts Center, which is adjacent to the First United Methodist Church of Shreveport, and it's at the head of Texas Street. It'll be $5 there, or for more information, call 429-6885. Also, seasonal songs including Christmas favorites, along with gospel and contemporary music, will fall in the ears of those attending the Prevailing Winds concert at Centenary College's campus on Saturday. The performance will feature songs such as Amazing Grace. This is a free show being sponsored by the Bossier Arts Council. Again, it will be at Centenary College Hurley Auditorium. Admission is free, and for further information, call 869-2659. And finally, if you're looking for a gingerbread house, Julianne's Bakery and Cafe at 3110 Line Avenue has a couple of new items. One is a gingerbread house kit priced at $12.99, not a bad price, and it comes with a baking sheet and a little doily. Julianne says the walls of the roof are pre-baked. All of that you need is a couple of egg whites, and the frosting mix is included, as well as various candies. She assures you that it is all edible. All you have to do is put it in all together, she says. It's been doing very well. People have even been coming from out of town. It's great to do with the children or give as a gift. It's the first time we've handled something like this. Well, it's been kind of warm the past couple of days. Laura, can you tell us a little bit about the weather for this weekend?
Well, we have enjoyed a lot of warm weather, but it's just a trend. Let's look at today's forecast. Current temperature is 65. Today's highs are going to be in the mid-70s. It's going to be cloudy with a chance of rain. It will be warm today. Tonight's lows are going to be in the mid-50s, and it's going to be cloudy, and it's going to start cooling off tonight, and by this weekend it should be back to normal.
Oh, because it's been unseasonably warm.
I know. It's just hard to get in the Christmas spirit.
Right, right. Well, we'd like to say thank you to one person who's worked very hard for us here this whole entire semester for us, and that's Miss Peggy Byers.
Yes, she is given more than enough of her time to help everyone out here.
Especially with saying such hard words as Chechnya and Sarajevo, and she's just a wonderful person. We just wanted to say thank you to her, and it's the most we can do, the least we can do, actually.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you very much. And we also would like to thank all the people on our crew that work behind the scenes that you don't get to see every day.
And let's go ahead and take a look at them right now.
Hello and welcome to Coffee Break with Denise Chambers.
Hello and welcome to BPCC Coffee Break. With me today is Michael Breaux, who next semester will be my co-host on BPCC Coffee Break as we come to you from our
New studio.
We snuck in this morning, and the construction people are putting finishing touches on our new studio.
I can't wait to get in here.
With me are the most wonderful people in the world, and they won't even quit work. Terry, what is your last name?
Linder.
Okay, Terry Linder, and Jerry doesn't have a last name.
No.
They have taken such pains to finish our new studio for us, and we will have news, and we will have the picture show, and we will have high ceilings, and I'm trying to whisper and here.
That's my brother Eddie.
This is, those are twins in case you didn't know it. Comedians on the set. Okay, you want your own show next semester? Mr. Eddie, and he's putting the finishing touches on the paint here. And look at this, it will never look like this again. We're going to cram it full,
That's
Mike.
right. We're going to get all sorts of sets, all sorts of new equipment, all sorts of everything.
You can tell we dream here.
Yes, definitely.
Have to have a dream.
Got to have a dream to be able to make
Thank you, Terry and
something like
Jerry
this.
and Mr. Eddie. Thank you. Thank you for letting us interrupt what y'all are doing. Keep going. Y'all doing wonderful jobs. It's been a great semester. I know, Mr. Cook, I'm going to quit saying wonderful so much.
Well, we're going to sneak on in here.
And then we're going to sneak back to the old set
set.
from the new and improved sets.
Yep.
Grease paint. This is our last show for this semester.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to give you a little thank yous and a little preview of things to come. We hope to still have our coffee cups and mugs.
Got to have those.
And hope to have an audience from time to time in the mornings. If you have nothing to do, come have coffee with us. Mr. Baham, you can come have coffee with me anytime. It's been fun.
It has
doesn't
been.
seem like it should be the end of the semester.
No, it doesn't. This semester, I started off doing the news, and that was the best. I love doing the news.
Miss Byers is wonderful, isn't she?
That's right, she is. She's helped me say all those hard words. Oh, but it was fun doing it. I really enjoyed doing it. I loved it.
And the news is different.
The news is different, but doing this, having a chance to do co-hosting with you next semester, that's going to be a challenge, I think.
It's very challenging. Like today, it's, let's see what we can do. And
right.
So this is going to be the best show yet because we don't know what we're doing.
That's
but that's
right.
what makes Coffee Break so good. I've had some wonderful guests on. I'm sorry, Mr. Cook, I got to quit using the word wonderful so much. And some delightful people on this semester, and then next, of course, with the political season going, was really
full
interesting.
swing. We'll have a lot of
and
people
the college
then.
keeps growing, and I hope that we have open house when. I mean, we have classrooms back there, and we're going to have computer labs and math teachers.
We're going to have everything that we need.
A new entrance. Wow, let's see. I don't know, the way BPCC grows.
It's growing exponentially almost.
Where'd you learn that word?
Math 107.
Oh, okay. Who's your math teacher?
I had Miss Bamberg.
Oh,
I took it over the summer. Yes, she was real nice, real easy.
Real easy?
Real easy.
Math?
Math is easy.
Oh.
It's just numbers.
I can't balance my checkbook.
Well, I'll have to do it for you then. Just hand it to me. We'll take care of it.
Mr. Powell is working very hard to improve, if you will. I don't guess we'll ever be where we want to be because there are so many visionaries in this college and in this department in particular. You have to be, if you want to be in entertainment.
Right.
Which in media.
You've got to build and add on and have a mindset of where you want to be at.
Every once in a while, people just have to kind of reel you in.
Yeah.
And I do. I know. I go too far out sometimes, and people have to reel me in. But you have to do that, and that's what makes it fun and a great deal of work.
It makes it interesting.
It makes it interesting, and you see boxes and things piled as we grow. It's kind of scary sometimes because when I first started in this department, it wasn't that long ago, I think I knew the first names of the students.
Right.
And now we've grown, and some of them I don't know their faces, and it's
Right.
scary. I do know the ones who work with me, Mr. Bobby Baker, who's delightful, and hopefully will be back next semester. Mr. Richard Cook, who has been with us for, Bobby, can you get a picture of Mr. Richard Cook? Who's been with us for, Richard, how long have you been with us?
Yeah.
You've been with us 4 semesters, Mr.
Wow.
Cook, who does Elvis and does a great job of
That's
Elvis, as Elvis. And when he shows up for work, he is just the most wonderful person in the world to have. I don't know, are you coming back next semester, Richard? Are you? Yes, very
All right.
good. And Mr. Baker is new with us. This was your first semester with
yes.
us, wasn't it? And so he's supposed to come back next
He'll be
semester,
with us
right?
next-
You'll see
Oh,
him
yes.
next semester. And
He's fun to be around. He's always buying new clothes. It's always
I
interesting to see what he's
know,
wearing.
I know. He outshines us all.
He always looks so good and so nice.
So tell your mother we're going to write her a note. You know,
That's right.
that she dresses you well.
You learned well, definitely.
And then we have Mr. Caesar Carroll, and he's one that we have to reel in. Well, Caesar's the one you have to reel in from time to time.
Definitely. But he's a cool guy. It wouldn't be Coffee Break. It wouldn't be the morning shows without him.
Right.
It would not be the morning shows without him.
And we don't have a camera in the studio, but we have Mr. Jeff Cooley.
Jeff Cooley is
Right.
in
I
there.
had to make sure I didn't call him Jeremy. But
Right.
Jeff Cooley.
There's 2 of them, but Jeff
Right.
is our director in the morning here, and he is one of the best directors around.
You'll
us.
be back, won't you, Jeff?
Yeah.
All
All right.
And Laura Wagner. Laura, are you going to be back?
Yeah, I think Laura's going to be doing the news next semester.
Oh,
She's taking over my little spot.
wow. Little spot's
Well,
a big spot.
actually, she'll do very well, though. She's done very well over the last semester, and she's doing well. That's all I can say. I can't say any more about her.
I can. I hate her because she's young and she's beautiful.
Oh,
And
nah.
she's very delightful. We have some of the nicest. Who else is back there? I forgot. Mr. Cotton isn't here, and I don't know if he'll be back next semester.
Mm-hmm.
I said Laura.
And
Of course, Miss Byers has helped from the news
Right,
and
right.
helped do the morning show with us. And next semester, we're going to see some new faces.
definitely.
And,
And our other
Yes.
friend that's going to be here with us from time to time.
Gary Shelton.
That's right.
The Gary Shelton will be doing the show with us from time to time, a student that I think you'll all love to meet.
Mm-hmm.
He's very entertaining. I wonder if he can sing. Let's see, I think we had this discussion if he could sing or not.
He's got that deep voice, and I mean,
Uh-huh.
his natural voice like this, and he just talks and talks, and he's got a very smooth and suave voice.
You're going to watch me fade out with the young ones and all.
Nah, you're always going to be here.
Probably so.
You're going to always be with us.
They're going to put me in cement somewhere.
No.
Mr. Powell and I are going to be in cement right here. Can't leave the place. We'll be with Mr. Carlton in our rocking chairs. You know.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need a veranda.
Veranda.
This is, you know what a veranda is?
Not offhand.
A porch,
Sounds-
I think.
it sounds interesting.
Southern.
Ooh.
Southern.
We have to build one of those.
With a big rocking chairs.
Well, we got some young men around here. We'll get them to help us build it.
Well, Mike, since you're going to be on with me, Michael Breaux, what are your future goals? You going to stay here forever?
I'm going to stay here for about another year, maybe year and a half or so. I do want to go on to a major university and go into television production.
This is a major junior college.
Yes. I want to go on to television production or direction. Quite frankly, I'll admit I am a Star Trek fan. I want to work at Paramount Pictures on a new Star Trek show.
You've got to have a goal.
That's right. Got to have a goal. Now, if I don't get there, maybe CNN, maybe work as a cameraman for them, go around the field with a camera running around, holding up a mic. I want an interview. Give me an interview.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Just
go.
do that. As far as classes and stuff that I want to take, next semester I'll be taking an engineering class, learning how all the equipment works. And that looks interesting.
And it changes rapidly. So
That's
you have
right.
to
You
stay
got to
up.
keep up with it. And I'm also going to go ahead and take English 101.
English is good.
That's right. English is good, and I'm hoping my teacher is listening, and
Do you know
you
who
won't be
you're
too
going to
hard.
teacher?
I think it's going to be Mr. or Mrs. Beard. I'm not sure yet. I think it's Mr. Beard.
Mr. Beard.
Yeah. And if he's listening, I'm hoping you'll be leaning on me. Just, help me out a
Forget
little
it.
bit. Nah.
Forget, you learn. And in learning, you know, it's like learning cameras and audio and graphics. And I think every semester, of course, I have to learn something every semester because I don't know this.
Well, we have to add on.
And it changes, and we add. And,
Right.
And we have our engineer during downtime, Mr. Bill Bruce, who's going to be putting all this
Oh.
stuff and wiring
And helping us set up for a new studio.
And I do hope we have an audience. It's students.
Students?
I'm on. Quit ordering these through mail ordering.
Don't feel bad. I kind of let my words fly out too sometimes, and they don't come out the way I want to say them
Every
either.
once in a while, this South Louisiana comes out,
That's
Michael,
right.
and you really have to rein him in.
I know, that bro name really kicks in sometimes.
Richard, what are you going to do when you leave here?
Come on, Richard.
What do you want to do?
I want to get in the movie somehow.
Whoa.
Richard wants to be in the movie. So, and do you know we have many, we've worked with Betty Jo LeBron here, and she's president of the Film Commission.
Right.
And more, we're having movies come to this area to video. So you really want to do movies. I think that's wonderful. You know, I didn't know that. I thought you just always wanted to be here at BPCC. Oh, yeah. It is fun, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
But we do have movies coming. We'll try and keep you up on that. We have, I had Mr. Rob Smith on my show. He was a very interesting man.
Right.
He does sounds and audio, and he's done things for companies all over the world.
Right.
But we have people who are doing music videos here and film here. So I think all of y'all should get together and start your own production company. And
It could happen. It could happen.
and Cliff Carden has written screenplays. Do you know Cliff?
Cliff.
Cliff is a writer.
Oh, that's right.
He's also the Bossier Parish historian, but he is a writer.
That's right.
So he could write the screenplay.
Maybe you could write the screenplay of a movie of how we got together, how the whole...
I'm sure there's a story
There's
in
a
here,
story in there somewhere.
but we couldn't do any past history because most of us don't want the world to know.
True. But
How we got from point A. Sandra Harvey.
Sandra Harvey will be...
I'm bringing up students' names that I would like to thank. Boy, she's wonderful. She'll be
Oh.
working on Vicarious Voyages
Voyages.
next semester.
That's
which
one of
is
my favorite shows that I
Isn't it
watch.
neat?
It is. It's a cool show.
And she has a lot of creativity along with
Diane Howe.
Diane Howe.
Diane
thank
Howe
you.
will be on there.
Mike Russell was my producer the first part of this year, or for most of the year, one of them. And boy, did he work.
Oh, I know.
It looks fun. There's a lot of work that goes on.
You
when
wouldn't
you do
believe.
productions.
Trust me, I'm learning this semester.
So we'll have half an hour next year. If you'd like to be on the show, or if you know anyone interesting in the area, anything, we have school board elections coming up this spring, and so
We'll be talking to them.
We'll be talking to them,
That's right.
the ones who want to run for school board. It's a very important job. Education is something I'm really passionate about.
I know. You've gotten on me a couple
You
of times.
have to have an
Gotta have it.
education. No one can take that away from you. Get your education above all else.
And vote. And register to vote.
That's another one of my passions.
Yep.
Register to vote. If you're not registered, register to vote. Keep up with what's going on in your community,
That's
in your
right.
neighborhood. This is your college. Keep up with what we're doing, and we're growing. I talked to the chancellor, Mr. Tom Carlton, yesterday, and I mean, I don't even know. There are no limits to what we can do. We also have the science fair coming up again that Mr. Kelly Corcoran's the head of for this whole region. That's going to be very interesting too. We'll cover that. And we have some baseball coming up.
Oh,
some
baseball.
We'll have some more basketball and some more baseball for
I'm looking
you.
forward to baseball. I like baseball.
And hopefully we'll have Mr. Henry Burns on from time to time to bring us food. And we're going to do the Chancellor's Forum. Miss Jane Smith will be on with us. So Mike just got to learn to talk, and they're telling
That's
us
right.
to wrap it.
I see that.
I appreciate you all being with us this semester, and we will see you again in January. Please don't leave us during the downtime. Come be with us from
We'll be
time
back
to time.
in January sometime.
Yes. Thanks, Mike.
All
You'll
right.
get to see Gary Shelton. See you next time on BPCC Coffee.
All right. Bye.